Protein bars. I love protein bars, but they are so expensive. I'm going to make some homemade today. I just started with a few basic ingredients, some of the things I had around the house: maple syrup, peanut butter, protein powder, coconut oil, almond flour, and some chocolate chips for coating. That's optional. First, I measured out a half a cup of almond flour. So we're starting here with the dry ingredients. We have the almond flour, and then we're going to follow that or mix that with 1.5 cups of the protein powder. Next, I'm going to mix in the wet ingredients. So I'm starting here with the peanut butter. It's a little oily on the top, so you kind of mix that together. So I stir that up real good, and then I poured in about a cup and a half. The recipe called for 2 cups, which I ended up actually using the 2 cups because that 1.5 was just not enough. Didn't give enough moisture to it to give it the consistency that I wanted it to have. But I mixed in the peanut butter, then I mixed that together with the maple syrup and stirred. If your peanut butter is thicker, then you may want to pop it in the microwave to thin it out some so that they mix together a little bit better. But this all natural peanut butter is a little loose, so it mixed very easily with the maple syrup. Now it's time to combine the wet and dry ingredients. So I just scoop the peanut butter mixture into the almond flour and protein powder mixture. And then I will combine that using a spatula You can use your hands if you want to just get in there, but the spatula it did a pretty good job. So full transparency. Once I got everything mixed together, I got to see that I needed the rest of that peanut butter. So here's where I used the full 2 cups of peanut butter to get the right consistency. These are molds that I purchased off Amazon just to make the bars and give them all uniform shapes. So this mold will make about 8. So I'm just using my hands now to get the mixture into the molds and just push into all the corners like I want. And once I get the molds filled and have every one of them done, I will freeze this for about 2 hours. So we're going to let these freeze for between 2 to 3 hours. I think I left mine in for about 2.5, 3 hours, and they were pretty solid. Next, we're going to start melting the chocolate chips, and this is after the 3 hours is over, so that we'll be ready to dip while the chocolate is still soft and creamy. So I put these chocolate chips in the microwave. Every 30 seconds, I pull them out of the microwave and just stir them around. So eventually, at the last stir, you can see how really smooth they got. But you just want to do this in 30-second intervals so that the ones on the bottom don't burn. You want to keep everything mixed up and keep everything moving. Now I have removed the bars from the freezer and you can see how solid they are. They got pretty hard in 2.5 hours. So once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get out a sheet of parchment paper and just put it on the same sheet or put it on a cookie sheet so that I'll have some place to lay the coated bars and they can cool without sticking. All right, so after sitting back in the freezer for maybe about 10 minutes, they were ready to go. If their measurements are correct, you make 12 bars, you will get 21 grams of protein per bar. If you use the 8 bar mold, then the protein is up to about 31.5 grams of protein per bar. These were delicious. They taste exactly like a favorite candy that we all know, made of peanut butter and chocolate. So if you guys want to give this a try, save yourself some money, definitely do so. I recommend these 1000%. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.